Hello fellow van lifers, and welcome back to another day in my life video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different because if you haven't noticed already, I don't actually have any bedding on my bed right now, and that is because I'm back in my home state of Victoria and I'm actually here visiting family. So I will show you guys what my van looks like when I do travel like this. It is quite different to how I travel long term, but first let's have a look at where I'm at the moment. Let's go. Today we are in Point Lonsdale on the west coast of Victoria and about 2 hours from Melbourne. I really felt like I needed to get back into nature today, and despite the typical Melbourne weather, there's still something really peaceful about coming to a beach like this. Perhaps it's the fact that I'm not much of a summer person, or the fact that the beach is always more quiet with weather like this, but these more sleepy beaches with rock pools and interesting shorelines always pique my interest. Much like others in my generation, I struggle to focus from time to time, and one of the biggest reasons I love van life and traveling, even if it's only temporarily, is that it gives my mind a reset that it so desperately needs. While on my little adventure, I found this really cool ruin from World War II, and I really wanted to get on top of it, but I will admit, one thing that isn't in my DNA is being graceful, especially when it comes to anything related to balance. So I got a tad stuck. But I eventually got myself over and got to have a look.
She's alright.
There we go, nice. Alright, so we're back in the van now, and I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of a rundown as to what Murray looks like at the moment when I'm not doing full-time travel with him. Because I'm obviously back in Melbourne, I'm back home, I'm back in my own bed. You know, I'm not sleeping and hoping someone doesn't come knocking on my door at 2 a.m. So I will admit that is a lot nicer than what I have been doing. But in saying that, I do like to always be prepared for potential van life when it's not expected. We've got the bed kind of made. We've got just the fitted sheet and the normal sheet that goes on top. I've even got my sleeping bag as well. That just goes under the bed. I've put it inside out. Anyway, we're moving on. So yeah, I keep that just in case. I should actually usually have a pillow in here as well. I took it out for some reason. In the case of an emergency, or I'm like, you know what, I don't feel like driving home today. I can just put up my curtains, pull out the sleeping bag and I'm actually ready to go. Unless it's like a really cold night, I don't think it would be too much of an issue without my Juno cover. I've also got a couple of other things as well which I haven't taken out, which are the main camping sort of things. So like a camping chair, nice picnic blanket. I even kept like my little table and the cooker and the water as well, I believe. What else do I have under here? I probably should take... I'm only now realizing I've got the cooker in here, I've got water in here, but I don't have any pots or pans or anything like that, so the cooker's kind of useless as of right now. But look, looking at this from the perspective of maybe it's going to be a day or two and, you know, I might be staying with family or, you know, traveling to someone's house instead of staying in the van. This is almost just like a living room at this point. Like, you know, if I'm somewhere nice and comfortable and I don't really feel like moving just yet, I'll come and lie in the bed, I'll read my book and just like look out on the view. I actually did that the other day. I found this really cool spot in like northern Victoria and it wasn't a lookout per se, but it was really nice. The other thing that actually is a new thing in this van, well, it's not in the van. It's a little embarrassing. So you might have noticed in one of my videos that I got on top of the van for a photo or a video. Depends where you saw it on social media. When I was trying to get on top of the van, I was really struggling because there's no handrails or anything like that. So I decided to get myself one. And my my decision with that was that I went to Bunnings and I actually got one of those suction cup hand towel sort of rails, and I stuck it on top of Murray, and I'll be honest, best 30 bucks I ever spent. Like, I can get up there with ease now. I just wind down my passenger window, chuck my foot in there, climb on up. It's kind of like training wheels. Like, I could get up there without it, but I feel a little bit safer having it up there as like my little safety rail. So that's probably the newest thing that has actually been added to the van and not taken away. But another thing that has been taken away, which you probably wouldn't have noticed, is the P plates. I am now a fully registered driver, which took long enough. Australia takes a little while for you to get your full license, and I've finally gotten mine, so now I can have a cheeky drink while being on the road. Beforehand, I was completely sober, wasn't having any form of alcohol while I was traveling because I couldn't. I suppose I probably could have had alcohol if I really wanted to. Like, I could have had it like before bed with dinner when I'd already chosen a site to camp up at, but it's nice to have that option now, which is kind of cool. So maybe I could park up at like wineries and stuff and, you know, have a cheeky wine and all that. Oh gosh, I'm starting to sound like my aunties. Anyway, let's get out of here. By the way, before I go, I thought I'd let you know that my spiders are doing alright, I think. The one up top I think has disappeared, and the one at the bottom, I saw him the other day and he's gotten quite a bit bigger. But he looks like he's doing well. I still need a name for my pet spider. I think he might be, I'll be honest, I have no idea what kind of spider he is, but he's about the size of my pinky finger at this point. I do need a name for him, so I want something that's a little bit like of an old man sounding name. So if you've got any suggestions, make sure you leave it in the comments below, and hopefully I can get a cheeky shot of him soon so you guys can actually see him. But I've only seen him like 3 times, so he's definitely a shy little bugger. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you on our next adventure.